Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. And today we're going to turn that there water bottle into a box. Yes, that's right, a box. So I was inspired by a deco arts video, I don't know, a little while back, where they took a glass bottle and they cut it and turned it into a box, hence the bottle box, y'all. Inspiration, you know. And I'm like, well, I don't got no glass cutter. I'm not going to go buy a glass cutter to see if I can make a bottle box. But I have plastic bottles with water in them. I could use one of them. I was going to use a round one, and I thought, no, let's try the square one, you know. That's this particular brand of water, which you already saw the particular brand, but I'm not going to say it out loud because this video is not sponsored nor assisted by nothing. Just me. Okay? So I was taking the stickers off, and I used Citra Solv because I have it. You don't have Citra Solv, try putting some peanut butter on there, leaving it for a little while, and then rubbing at it and stuff like that. Then you clean it really well, and you go ahead and freeze your water. You want to make sure your water bottle is not full, because when water freezes, it expands. Okay? So, there you go. Make sure it's not totally full. And this was just a wild, harebrained idea I had, because I'm like, you know, it's hard to cut a bottle straight. Even if you got a line on it, it's still hard to cut a bottle straight. And I thought, well, if I freeze it, maybe I can cut it more butter. And I did. I freezed it. And so I was trying to figure out, how am I going to, because I want this much on the bottom, because I sort of halfway had a plan, y'all. Here we go in that danger zone. Well, put this ruler on there, and that'll be about right. But how do I make sure my ruler's straight? So that's why I stood the bottle on the bottom and have the ruler laying flat on the desk there. And I'm drawing basically with the black Sharpie, which doesn't want to draw on a frozen water bottle so well. Just be fair warned. And I'm sure tape wouldn't stick. That's why I didn't even try the tape, y'all. And that worked pretty good. And I used the ruler to get going. And it's still crooked. Because, you know, it's hard to come around the edge. And if you go back and if you watch, which I'll link to the particular video in the description box below. However, I cannot link directly to the video in the iCards. Okay, I can link to their channel, but not the particular bottle box video. Okay, sorry. Just, you know, limitations, y'all, limitations. So anyway, you still have to kind of go around the corners, and they're not really corners. They are somewhat rounded. They're rounded corners, y'all. But this is working pretty good, and I get it, and I think it's all cut, and I'm trying to pull the bottom off, and then bless my heart, I realized, well, that bottom's never coming off because the ice is bigger at the bottom of the bottle than it is where I cut the line. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? Well, it was hot, y'all. So I went in and set it outside for about 10 minutes, and it totally melted. No, it was a little longer than 10 minutes, but nonetheless. So it come apart. And I'm like, because, you know, it's not a straight line. You want to mark which is your front and your front, because now you have two pieces, and you want them to go back with both in the front. Well, I think you do. I did, so that's what I did. I got to adjust my microphone thing, y'all. It's squeezing me and itchy or whatever. So I thought, okay, well, let's use this here napkin, and we're going to collage on the inside of the bottle. Okay? Deco Arts painted the outside of their bottle. Not for me. So I'm going to tear this here napkin up, and I'm like, well, I need smaller pieces than that. So we're just going to do that on the inside. And and I have an earworm at the time of the video filming stuff, because I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to put in here. I'm going to put something in here because I want something in here, y'all. Flashback to New Year's Eve Streamathon 2019. Okay. And you know, we had fancy candy, a champagne bottle that come apart. Okay, the bottom screwed off. Oh, so neat. And I thought, yeah, I'm gonna do something sort of like that, only better, only different, maybe. So I'm like, well, I can't collage the whole thing, then you can't see what's inside, and that's part of the fun of it, is seeing sort of what's inside. Sort of. Well, you saw the thumbnail, so you already saw what's inside. Don't go back and look right now. You'll see it again. This is a longer video. My videos seem to be getting real long, y'all. You may be sorry you wanted more, yeah, kind of show me videos. Anyway, so I'm kind of pre-fitting, but I don't want it totally obscuring on the sides either. Sort of. So we're just going to go a little bit on the sides. And don't worry, that washi tape on the front, it's just washi tape. It's not permanently stuck. You know, it'll come out. Oh, y'all, I'm so happy with this project. Have I said that yet? Was true. So anyway, and just keep collaging. And yeah, I probably guess I could have cut some out, but we talk about that every video anymore, don't we? How I could have cut that part out, but no, I didn't. And that is just regular, I think it's golden matte medium. And I get a little too much over, and I'm like, well, let's see if we can wash some of that out, because I don't really want it quite that foggy. So I'm just using, washed my brush out, and I'm using the damp brush to kind of take some of that out. And then I set that over there to dry while we does some other stuff, particularly the bottom. Now the bottom is going to get painted on the inside, okay? On the inside. Now I happen to have this here sticky back tape. It is not duct tape. It is paper tape, and it came from the Daiso store, which is about 2.5 to 3 hours away. If you could fly like a crow, it'd probably only be about 45 minutes, but you know, it's not how it works in Texas. We've got highways and freeways and roads that go on for miles and miles, and then some more. So I'm taping around the outside. And this happens to be the same color that we painted on our house, our front door on our house. We changed it from purple to turquoise, or Laguna, excuse me, it's Laguna. So, and I thought, well, I'm going to need a piece of heavy paper. This is heavy watercolor paper to put around the bottom to help join the two pieces back together, because remember, we're making a box. I'm like, okay, let's paint it. So I mixed up and played around with some paint colors till I got it pretty close to the spray paint color. Pretty close, y'all. And I did get a lot of spray paint on my person, on my hand. And it took a while to get off, because it's spray paint, y'all. So anyway, now I'm pulling that off, and I did use the heat gun. Don't do that. I promise you, you will regret it, because your whole project will just kind of bubble over and smoosh out. But you know, it was okay. You know, once I realized what I was doing, I'm like, oh crap, that plastic melts pretty quick, y'all. Don't heat gun it. Let it dry natural. So anyway, I gotta try to get that sticky off from the paper. So that's what we're using the Citra Solv again for that. Like I said, you can use peanut butter. Just put it on there and let it sit for a while. Now you do have to wash this stuff off because they are oil. Now Citra Solv is a natural product and it is not supposed to be harmful. Okay, but because it does have somewhat of an oil to it, you do want to wash it off. Probably, yeah, whatever. So you might be able to see the part of my bottom is a little distorted, and I did the same thing on the top because, you know, yeah. And you can see it got pretty distorted because, you know, when the hot air blows in there, it really concentrated up on there. But it's okay, y'all. I'm just telling you, don't use a heat gun. Don't do it. Let it dry natural. That means you're going to have to do this late in the evening and let it dry overnight, okay? Because then otherwise you'll become impatient. Probably. So now we need a surface because we're going to put our people in there, and we need a surface for them to stand on because they can't just be hanging in air. Actually, I did decide that you could hang something from this because it does have the plastic screw top on there. You could actually probably poke a hole through that and dangle something down. I did not do that in this project, but you could probably dangle down a charm off that plastic lid. Just saying. So if y'all go to do this, I would love for you to tag me, you know, and show me your pictures of your bottle boxes, okay? Hashtag bottle box. Let's do that, all right? So, and like I said, my bottle is square, rounded edged square, so I'm gotta make it fit for that. So that's what we're doing. And this is just a little platform that we're going to put our people on. I say people because there's more than one people. Actually, I had an earworm. Did I mention that already? Anyway, I had an earworm going around in my head. I don't know the name of the song for sure. Don't know the group who played it, sang it, and all that, you know. But it's, you know, the one that's got the phrase, "When I wore a younger man's clothes." La da 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 da, la da 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 da. That one? That's the one. So anyway, I thought, yeah, let's do some Tim Holtz paper dolls in here, and we could have an older lady, an elderly person. She's not really elderly though, and then a young person. So that's what I did. An older person and a younger person. You know, when I wore a younger girl's clothes. Now you see where I was going with that earworm. La da 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 da, la da da da. So I'm cutting away some of the excess paper there at the corners because we want sort of rounded corners, and y'all know it's hard to make rounded corners with heavy watercolor paper. If you didn't know that, believe me, it's not so easy, y'all. Not so easy. Now, it doesn't have to be a perfect fit, you know. It just has to be pretty close because we're going to glue it in there. Is it working? I think that worked pretty good. So this is our little extension piece that's going to sort of bridge the gap from the top and the bottom of the box. The bottle box. Hashtag bottle box. So I'm going to have to rename my video to hashtag bottle box. Anyways. So with it being heavy watercolor paper, it doesn't want to go around so well, and I'm not putting sharp corners on it because I have rounded corners. So I grabbed a lot of these piranha shaped clamps. These come from Harbor Freight, y'all, and they are kind of shaped like a piranha. I didn't realize that until somebody asked me, "Where'd you get your piranha shaped or your piranha clips?" And I'm like, "Piranha clips? What the heck is that?" And I thought, "Oh, those! It does look like piranhas." So anyway, they're from Harbor Freight. They're pretty cheap. I like them pretty well. Just saying. So anyway, so I'm getting them clipped on there and clamped on there as best as I can. You know, because I got on the platform has just a less than a ½ inch gap, and then that side piece that we're putting on there is probably about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, ½ an inch. It might even be ½ inch. I don't know, y'all. So the people I wanted to use were connected to these other people, so I'm just cutting apart. I've paid for these. They're now my property, and I can cut them up if I want to. But we're going to go around the outside with a Black Magic, Higgins Black Magic. I love that thing, y'all. I know I say it a lot anymore, doesn't it? And it's a brush pen. And I'm not a marker fan. I don't even buy markers anymore. Anyways, so we're going around them. And so the young girl's going to stand in front of the older person. It's the same person, y'all. When she wore a younger girl's clothes. Okay. So, but I need them to kind of be together, so and reinforce so that they'll stand up more better. And one of these days, I'm actually going to stop and remember, hey, dummy there, why don't you use hot glue instead of wet glue to glue stuff in these bottles, because you want them to stand up, and, you know, hot glue would, like, cool off and be set and ready to go in a matter of, you know, a minute. One day I'll think to do that, because I do get the hot glue gun out for this project later. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good, because I don't necessarily need her standing straight up, but tilted back slightly, because, you know, you're going to be kind of looking at an angle into the front of the bottle. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So her older self is going to go back there. Do I want it closer? I decided I want them just a wee bit, stand just a wee bit closer. And now that I thought about it, I thought it would have been so cute to take one of them little teeny babies and put a little teeny baby in the front. But nope. By the time I thunk of it, it was too late. So because the older person has a gap between her feet, I'm going to run that piece of that is heavy watercolor paper there too. I'm going to run that between her feet. Okay. So I had to clip away some of it, you know, and you can't even see their feet in the bottle. But, you know, sometimes I do details and too detailing, and other times I'm like, I don't know where I'm going with it. I don't even know what's going on here, people. And this is where I thought, we got those transparent Timmy wings. Let's put some transparent Timmy wings on there. And I'm like, okay, let's do that. So I found the same set. One was bigger, one was smaller, you know, body size appropriate there. So I'm like, yeah, perfect. So we're going to put them on there. Okay. Now you can color these with the alcohol inks if you want to. And I'm going to show you on this bag, because the wings will fall out of that little hanging tag hole that's on there. They will come out of that, y'all. So I put just some clear tape on both sides, because, you know, it's a hole all the way through it. So to help keep them wings from coming out. And some are butterfly wings like this, and some are individual dragonfly wings, and some of them are not even wings together. It's just a single part of a wing. Okay. So now that we got her wing glued on, we're going to glue this reinforcement to help her stand up onto her back. And we will add more reinforcement stuff later once I realize I need some more help them stand up stuff. I think I did pretty good with that, though. So there we go. See, that's how we're going to go, like that. See? One for the other. Who painted that in? My gosh, y'all. Okay, so because I want them to be standing up together, I needed something to hold the upper parts of their body. So I took a piece of packaging, which would have worked for that whole reinforcement thing to begin with. And I just cut little pieces that would fit on the back of the younger girl. And I'm going to use some glossy accents, y'all. and we're going to stick it to her back, and then we'll stick it to the older person's front. And now they are approximately the same distance from the foot to their upper bodies. Approximate. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact now, y'all. You know, you want to be all precise and get out some kind of measuring utensil toolage, then you just knock yourself out with that measuring, okay? I didn't. So now we're going to, what are we doing? Oh, I decided I don't like how it looks froggy in there, so let's put some glitter in it. And I decided I really don't have any glitter. I do have glitter. It's a white plastic glitter stuff that I think came from TG&Y, and I'm almost sure it came from TG&Y, y'all. It is like, oh, look how giant that bottle is. I probably only paid 25 cents for it back in the day. Way back in the 1900s, y'all. So I put Deco Arts Dura varnish, gloss varnish inside, and painted it all on the. And remember, no heat gun. Don't do that again. So I didn't do that again. So anyway, some little holes in there I'm filling in, and we're gonna sprinkle in the glitter and squish it all around and stuff, and smoosh it all around, and I'm happy with it. Now I would have liked a little bit of silver glitter going on in there too, but I mean, like I said, I just got this really old plastic stuff that I need to start putting some in little bitty tiny bags and send it out in Happy Meal, because it's like, y'all, I'm tired of having this bottle now. That's how, you know, I don't use it real often, but I'm real tired I'm about tired of having that treasure. So we're going to make a little journal to go on the bottom of the box. I mean, it's a box, you got to have something in it, right? And I don't, it's not like I have, well, I probably do have some other treasure I could put in there, but I want to put a little journal in there. Nothing is written in the journal. Nothing is stamped in the journal. There are no little doolollies or anything in this journal. We just took a piece of scrapbook paper and we cut it into approximate size that'll fit in the bottom of this bottle box, which I think I decided it was like 2 inches, so we scored every 2 inches, and now we're just putting these 3 strips together to make an accordion, little folded accordion journal. So just little secret spots, put your passwords on it, or something. And there's actually room in the bottom of this box, okay, that you could add a secondary platform piece up underneath the platform to hide really secret stuff, okay, like money. Wouldn't that be nice? Because somebody would look at it and they'd be, what's that piece of crap over there? No, I mean, what's that wonderful treasure? Oh, it's just a piece of nothing. So it's an old bottle. So there we go. You could consider this upcycling your plastic bottle. I do reuse my plastic water bottles until they get worn out. We filter our own water here with an alkaline filter thing. I think that water is so good. So anyway, and I fill up my own water bottles, and I use them till essentially they're no good anymore, really. Then they go in the recycle bag. Just saying. So there we are, and I thought, well, we're going to glue the one edge down. I put that's piece of fiber yarn stuff, and I thought, well, we're going to glue it like a perfect bound, which is a glued flat binding. So we got popsicle sticks, craft sticks, whatever, and we put them near the top, not totally on the very edge of the top, but near the top. And then we're just going to use my favorite glue on here. We're going to smoosh it around. You see the popsicle sticks and the clamps, the binder clips hold it all nice and tightly together. And lay it down there for a minute, and I'm like, man, I need something to put on that edge. So I have this here lace from the Dollar Tree. It's not really lace, y'all. It's a piece of plastic. It's almost like, to look like lace. I won't get that stuff again. I don't know how much of it I already have, but I won't get that again because it looks pretty, but it's plastic. Okay. So now that's set aside and drying, and we're coming back to our people, and we're going to add this other reinforcement because I'm like, well, I need to make sure my older person stands up too. So I decided, well, I'm going to be smart and use something clear, translucent, a piece of plastic from packaging. Okay, so that's just a strip from packaging, and gluing it on there with glossy accents. And I thought, well, let's put some of this fiber on here. Let's just repeat some of this fibers. So I'm going to squish it around on there, and this was just a last minute thought. I thought, well, I just want something, I don't know. So, same stuff, repeating it. Okay. So we're just going to glue it on there in little rounds. It doesn't have to be precise and exact, because it's already perfect, y'all. So there we go. Going to tuck that in underneath there. I need to get a sharp thing that won't stick to it so much as like my fingers. And I'm like, there we go. Okay, perfect. Oh, love it when things come out perfect. And I have this plastic snowflake. It's probably from the dollar store ancient ago, and I've used it for these. Well, I said not used it. I had, it came in a package with like 6 or 100 in it. I don't know how many. And so I thought, well, this would be kind of cool back behind them. So, just to add a little something behind them, really. So this is where the hot glue would have been a good idea. But no, this is fine. It works out just fine, y'all, but hot glue would have been better. I'm not a big fan of hot glue. And y'all, hot glue never dries because it is not wet. It's melted and it solidifies when it cools. Therefore, it's not wet and it never dries because it's not wet to begin with. Pet peeve. There we go. So now we're going to glue them on, and I'm actually gluing on that back clear plastic stand-up piece. Look how adorable is that. Totes adorbs. And I'm like, do we want any more of them? Let's see. Maybe we'll put flour on it. So I got these flowers out. I'm like, oh, that's just too stinking big. Too white. Let's put some more of these plastic bits on there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. Okay, perfect. I'm like, needs a little, needs something. Diamonds, y'all. It needs diamonds. Of course it needs diamonds. So I got us some diamonds, and now I'm trying to figure out how am I going to pick it up and stick it on there, and putting some glossy accents on the back of the diamonds and trying to poke them down. And I'm like, well, why don't you just put the blobs of glossy? And this is where I cut some of the video out, y'all. You're welcome. Because how many diamonds do y'all need to see me glue on? That many. I think there's 13 diamonds, to tell you the truth. Anyways, it's adorable. I think it's adorable. Therefore it is. So, I don't know. Just putting some more here and there. Okay, so now we're going back to our little journal because that's dry. I'm cutting off the excess plastic lace. And I'm like, well, that needs to lay down. Well, because it's plastic, it's not going to lay down very well. Just saying. Or, because I'm pulling it around the corner edge of the spine. And I thought, well, let's use this fancy Fabri-Tac glue that I let everybody talk me into getting. We might as well use it. Finally get some. Finally use it. I've had it before, y'all. Anyway, so I thought, well, I need to clamp that together. So I went over it. I got a piece of my my baking parchment paper that stuff really does not stick to. And I'm like, we'll wrap it around there. We'll get those craft sticks again and those binder clips again and just bind it all up together and just go away and let it dry. And I thought, well, we need to paint our lid. So let's put some more of that paper tape, excuse me, y'all, around the top so we can paint. I should have put it over the whole thing, but no. Because I got a little splatter, but that's okay. Y'all won't see it. I said you won't see it. And I found these flat back glass stone things because I'm like, this is just too light. It needs a little weight in it. This is when I got the hot glue out, and I thought, well, this would have been the perfect thing to have stuck them people on there with, but they're already stuck now. So now I'm just filling in the bottle with hot glue. The box. This is the bottom of the bottle box, y'all, with hot glue and these here flat stones, and in there's they're a little bit different colors, and there's these little round circles. They're not beads because they don't have a hole in them. And I cut out a little bit more of that part. Gosh, sorry, y'all. So just keep putting hot glue and filling it up, and I'm like, well, that's not very flat in there. And I'm like, well, let's put some glitter in it. Hot glue and glitter. Little plastic bits of shimmery glitter stuff. Oh, and now my laptop's getting hot. I got to turn that fan on. Hang on, y'all. Anyway, so now the wind's blowing. There's nothing I can do about that. Okay. So hot glue, filling in some of the crevices. Could have cut out a lot more of the hot glue. Come on out, hot glue. Quit fighting with me. It's got a trigger on that. Oh, let's just put a lot of this glitter in there and cover up all those little divots and davits. And oh, doesn't that look pretty? I'm like, yeah, that's not going to stick. Pour some varnish on it. That's a lot of varnish. So, it's a good thing this was late on an evening that was a weekend, because I left it out there to dry all weekend, and I didn't go out there and touch it at all. So now our little platform is ready to put in the top part of our bottle, because the top part of our bottle is dry up in there now. No heat gun, y'all. Don't use the heat gun. So I'm putting glossy accents around there, and now we're going to, and I previously drawn a light colored line so I'd know about where I need to stop. About. It's the opt, yeah. I'm like, okay. So there we go. Any of it that squishes out, I'm just smooshing around. Is it straight? Where's my line? Okay. Need some more in this corner. Smoosh it, smoosh it, smoosh it. That one. This one some more. It's not going to come out, y'all. I did not have to put any more in there. It's not going to come out. Anyway, y'all see how there's a lip now underneath the platform. In there, you could actually add a second piece to hide something under there, like money. And now that's all dry. Look, y'all, it looks like a geo. It's so pretty. I'm so happy with how that came out. So I've got a hinge, because I'm like, I want to use a hinge. I thought about using fiber, just sticking it together with a strip of fabric. And I thought, well, I got these hinges, I might as well finally use one of them. They probably came from TGNY too. I don't know. So I'm just showing you. See, it's a hinge. It bends. I'm like, how am I going to do this? Where's the crocodile? The crocodile won't fit in here. So draw some hose. I put that tape there is like a big giant washi tape. I don't remember where I got it from. I don't remember the brand of it. But it's like labels, okay? They don't stick, so I wouldn't label an envelope or anything with them. Well, if you did, I'd use glue on it. And I was going to put a latch on the front, and I thought, well, no, let's just do the back one first, get our hinge on there first, and that way, it'll make sure that our front latch work, and then I decided the handheld crocodile thingy wouldn't work, so we just got a little pokey tool, and we're just going to poke and wiggle around and make the hole bigger. It may just a wee bit too big, but you know, so it goes. It's perfect. It's perfect. So, and I should have put the top part hinge on first. I'm just telling you what I should have done, so maybe if y'all making one of these, you don't did it this way, quite like this. The top hinge should have went on first, then the bottom hinge, because it would have been easier to maneuver, but no. I don't work like that. So we're just smooshing that down, splaying out the little arms on the brad, because I'm just using a brad, y'all. I ain't having no little screw things. I probably got some, but no, wasn't going to go look for them. I got brads for that. Just smashing it down. Now I got to try to get those brads in the hole through the hinge, and then open it up so I can splay the little arms out. That's why it would have been easier to put the top on first. So it's tight enough. It does feel like it has a little too much play in it, but that's just how it goes. And so I'm smooshing and smooshing, splaying them arms out, and splaying them arms out, and all that kind of good stuff. Oh, goodness, y'all. And I'm like, well, I need to kind of cover that up. And I feel like I need to put some glue on it. So we put glossy accents all around our little brad things. And we're just going to stick some of this here washi tape in there, because it's got the same colors. And it's kind of way up in there, so you're not necessarily going to see it anyway. And I do like the amount of weight that those flat back glass stones, I don't know what to call them, y'all, added to this. So yeah, we just keep doing that ad nauseum. I appreciate y'all hanging out and sticking around with me. My video glitched just a little bit there. Probably will end up being a little glitched right there, but that's just how it goes sometimes, y'all. Hopefully my voiceover's mostly in line. I don't think so. I don't know. Okay, there's a little journal. That slid in, and it felt secure enough that I didn't think I needed to put my front latch on, so I don't. And I'm going to try to show you, and it's hard to show you because we've got reflections going on. Don't worry about that blubberage on the side from the heat gun. We're going to cover it up. You won't never know it was even that way. We're going to use some more of them fibers. So see, we're carrying our fiber up. We've got it on our platform. We've got it as the closure for our little journal. And now we've got it wrapped around the top. Okay? Tying it nice and securely. We're almost done. Trimming it up. Get ready, y'all. Photo montage. I appreciate each and every one of you, your kind comments, your likes, your shares, and your subscriptions. If you've not already done so, I would like to invite you to take a moment to subscribe to this channel. APG Jamie. Click the little bell for notifications of new videos and live shows and stuff like that. If you have your account set up to receive notifications, okay? Look, this is so cute, y'all. Yep. When she wore a younger girl's clothes, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Look at that. Oh, thanks for watching, and happy arting, y'all.